Hey everybody, it's Kevin the Canadian Hillbilly, and I'm a little bit under the weather. I have been sick for a couple days now, but Mother Nature's catching up to us here pretty quick, and I need to build a little something to throw some stuff into for the winter. So this is the location I have selected. I'm going to line the ground with some lumber wrap, then I'm going to use my collection of pallets to build some walls and build a roof. And this is what I'm going to use for the roof. And those are the pallets I'm going to use for the walls. So the plan is to lay down lumber wrap on the ground, then put some pallets down standing upright, and then put the longer ones across the top of it as a roof. So I'm going to do 2 layers of pallets, so it's going to be about 8 feet high, I'm assuming. And hopefully it works out well. I don't know. Got to find out somewhere to put this stuff. And I figure that's the best place for it. That way I could put maybe a quad or 2 in there, a John Deere, and have the 2 snowblowers right close near the doorway. That's the plan anyway, so I'm going to turn this thing off and let the battery charge up, and hope it doesn't continue raining, because the rain isn't very conducive to getting stuff done out in the yard. And yeah, let's see how this sucker is going to go up. I got all the materials and supplies here to do the job. It's just how well am I feeling, and how well Mother Nature is going to be making me feel. So I'm going to do my best to get her done. Here we are. I got 5 pallets laid out on each side for the walls. I got these 2 tied together for the back wall. Just got to get it in position, and then start standing up these pallets and bringing them out. Now this guy here should be about the same length as one of these guys here, and yeah, so hopefully everything goes according to plan. Alright, 41, 49 across. You know, that's almost 90. And, according to measurement here, that's 7.5 feet, which is 90 inches. So that should put these guys right in over top. Now I'm just going to use the dolly, bring this guy over yonder there, and set it up, and then start clamping the other pallets to this wall. And yeah, I'll be standing each pallet up individually and attaching it to its neighbor. And I'll work my way from the back all the way to the front. Maintain the proper width in between, tie everything together, and then find a way to make a row number 2 on top of that before I put the roof, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I might have to just use my Chevy S10 and back it in between and plunk stuff on that. That's the only way I think I can get up high enough to do this. So I definitely won't be able to do it from the ground. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit of problem solving. And I've gone through my supply of pallets here to the point where I'm really thinking I might have to run into town and wrangle a bunch more pallets. And bring a tape measure with me when I go. I'm going to have to write down everything I got here, so that way I know what I'm dealing with, and then go into town and find a whole bunch of stuff that I can use. Which is going to be interesting. Well, back to the challenge at hand. Get this guy to the back there and start tying up these other walls. Alright, well I got the back wall raised. I got the first pallet put in position and tied in. Pop my clamps off. Now, repeat the process over here on this side. I'm going to flip up this pallet here, clamp it to this pallet here, and pull the lumber wrap nice and snug, and just work my way down and get these all standing up. So hopefully the next time I turn this little fellow on, I'm about halfway, or I'm totally done with these sidewalls, which will be awesome. Looking forward to this. This is so far so good. Well everybody, it's been a couple days since I've been working on my little shed back here. I got a little sidelined by an intense ear infection. It wasn't good. I ended up having to go to the hospital a few times. on antibiotics now. I can barely hear out of my left ear. My balance is definitely buggered up, which makes me nervous for having to deal with these walls and getting them up there, but I wanted to give you guys a little update on the progress here and show you what's going on. I got the pallets all set up and set in for the bottom row, and they're roughly about the same width as they are at the back end there. Now I gotta get some stuff together for the second row and extend the walls out, and then I gotta clean up some other wider, longer pallets for the roof section, and then I gotta gusset and brace everything. So that's about where I'm at. So I gotta clean up 2 pallets here for the back wall on the second level, and keep on trucking and do the best I can with what I got. And given my ear, it sucks. So progress is going to be slow. Hopefully I can get this done before the snow starts to hit here, because there's so much stuff I got to get done around this yard before that happens. Seasonal cleanup. It's quite the arduous task. Here's the pallets I got for building the second row. Hopefully they're all relatively lightweight and easy enough to get up there, because I have zero strength. Fighting this infection has just kicked the crap out of my body, and not much for strength, not much for balance, not much for hearing. But you know me, I keep on trucking. I do the best I can with what I got. Alright, well, I got the first pallet up. I end up hammering in a piece of dunnage here, that way the pallet can sit on that and clamp it into place. I'm going to have to put a shim in between this one here so it's a bit more over this way, because next one I got, it's not as wide as the first one. But yeah, the second one's going to go up here, and everything's going to get buttoned up. And then yeah, that's going to be a fairly tall little building. I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to look. Oh, I feel dreadful. Well, she doesn't look very pretty, but it's coming together. The next thing to do is to put a big pallet across the top here for the roof section. And I think for every one pallet I put on the walls, I'm just going to put the pallet on top of the roof to hold everything kind of together, and not have to worry about the walls moving around on a fella as bad. But that's the trick, is to put a piece of this dunnage in between here and then just slide the next pallet on top, and it works good for securing it. And then button everything up as I go. Starting to run out of nails though, so I'm going to have to run into town here and get some more. But I figure I'd just give that a little bit of an update. She isn't pretty, but I'll have a roof over it, and I'm going to wrap this all up with lumber wrap once I'm done, so we'll have some solid snowproof walls, and I can put my lawnmower in there, my dad's old quad, a couple other little odds and ends and trailers and such, and put the snowblowers right at the very end here. Yeah. So I think my next thing I gotta do is I gotta get into the larger pallets over yonder there and clean all that stuff up and deal with that. And that's gonna be fun. Then I gotta put one of those guys on top of these guys on the back of the truck, then back the truck up in between here, and then put the one on the top. And there's not much room to deal with in there. It's gonna be snug. Yeah. I'm looking at it though, the mirrors should just sneak on top of the pallets, and I got about maybe 2 inches, maybe an inch on each side. So it's got to be straight, and it's got to be right back in there. Yeah. I'm still not feeling well, but I need to get this stuff done. Oh, this sucks. I've been preparing the pool. I've been pulling the tarp out on that and draining the water out of it, pumping the water out. So that's I'm going to take a little break on this and go up there and deal with cleaning up the pool as long as the water's out of it. Well, there's your update, guys. Got to keep on going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's the update. I got the one up there. I've been setting them up like this. Basically put one board in, and I nail it in with, the 3.5-inch nails, and put the next pallet plunk right in on over top. And I've been doing the one on each side, and then I get the roof on. So this guy's pretty dang heavy. I've been putting it on the back of the truck and backing in here, and as you can tell, it's pretty snug backing in here with that there. So I back it in, then I use these boards here as a bridge, and whoop, then up she goes. It's not an easy thing to get done, but it's getting done, so that's a bonus. I just want to do a little quick update. It's been a few days. My ear infection is still present and infected, affecting my balance and my coordination, which sucks when you're swinging a hammer. But you know, as you can tell by these leaves, time is of the essence. So I need to get this up. I need to store all the stuff in here that I need to store. And yeah, keep on trucking. I'm gonna get all these walls built. I'm gonna wrap this whole exterior with a piece of lumber wrap. Then I'm gonna put another piece of lumber wrap on top for the roof, maybe even some little sheets of plywood. I got enough little scrap odds ends of wood here and there and everywhere that I should be able to squeeze her out. So you can see my little pile of stuff over here. This is gonna be my roof pieces. And I'm just going to keep on going until I get them all up there. And hopefully I can get them all up there and maybe wrap it up today. It would be really killer. I also got my tarp over yonder there. That was the liner for my swimming pool. I got to take care of that before it rains. Today's been the first day where we haven't had rain in like, over what feels like a week or so. So it's nice to be able to dry that thing out and clean it up and get it put away for the winter. That's all going to go in my greenhouse, which doesn't really get used as a greenhouse anymore. It's more of just a storage area. Then I gotta move my Chevy S10, then I gotta do the tractor, gotta clean up the tent where I put the tractor, I gotta clean up the shed, I gotta take all the equipment that I have in front of my wood, take that out of there, then I still gotta add more firewood to the pile. There's a lot of stuff to do here before these leaves totally disappear and the snow replaces everything. So hopefully I can get it all done in time. It's a mad rush. Well, I got the next two pallets up on the side. I gotta go prep the next wide one to put it in across the top for the roof, and that's pretty much how I'm gonna be doing this. Just you know, two on the side and one on the top, and work my way out to the end, I think. There's a lot here to do. But I got a helper now. Jace is here. Yay! Makes me happy, guys. So yeah, the next thing to do is get the big one, prep it up. I gotta put two 2x4s on the inside of it. That way you can handle a little bit of load down on it. And yeah, just inch worm my way across. Then once I get that prepped, I gotta put that on the back of the truck here, and then back the truck in. As you can already tell, as I said earlier, there's not much room. And then back the truck up, throw it in on the top, and keep on rolling. Boy, I'm not looking forward to any of this. Well, the roof pallets are 48 inches, the wall ones are 40 inches. So I had to stick up two, that way I can get one up top. And it's near dinner time, so I'm going to pull the pin on this for a little bit and have myself a break. But we're getting everything all kind of set up. I got the 2x4 clamped in over there on that, 8-footer. So that'll be good to go. And trim the excess 2x4 off and nail it in there and throw another one in there and get it up top here. And then it looks like I got room for one more 40-inch pallet. I have a little bit of stuff hanging over the front end. So that I'll just trim up a 40-inch pallet and use that for the excess on the end. That way I'll have a flush even wall with a little bit of a overhanging roof maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out when I get there, but I'm getting hungry and I'm getting tired, so. Jace looks hungry and tired too. Yeah. So, with that being said, it's time to pull the pin on this for a couple more hours and go have some fried chicken and a salad. I'll put some tools away and tidy up. Okay, all the wood is in place. That last big pallet though, it needs to be secured yet, but it's up there, and that's good enough for me for the day. And yeah, so next thing to do is wrap all this up on the outside in lumber wrap, and then do something for the roof, and then stuff the old girl. Actually turned out pretty good. Kind of happy with it. There's a lot of work. Holy smokes. Yep, pretty happy. Thanks for your help, guys.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, let's put some tools away and call this day done. Let's finish this up tomorrow. That was a pile of work. Oh my goodness. Wow. That ladder could probably just stay there, really. It's waterproof. It's only a ladder. It's the little tools and nails and quick grips and stuff like that I want put away. That crowbar it's hanging in there, we can grab that, add to the pile. But boy, oh boy, looking good. You see how I secured all the pieces together here. The roof pallets to the wall pallets, and the wall pallets together. Each piece is all tied in. And then there's a piece of dunnage that goes down through, so the top and the bottom pallets they're tied together. So everything's kind of coming together pretty good on that. Kind of happy the way it turned out. I'm gonna have to go around and double check. Like I noticed this one here doesn't have nails, so I'll have to throw a couple nails in that. Same with the back one here, just to make sure it's in there really good and secure. But that should handle a winter, I'm thinking. Yeah, kind of like it. Doesn't look fancy, but it looks effective. Thanks, Haley. I appreciate that, buddy. What a pile of work, though. Holy smokes. I'm glad to pull a pin on this one for the day. Well, here's a bit of an update. I managed to get the roof all completed. Gusted it up the front end so it's a little tipsy in the wind. I ended up putting scrap sheets of plywood on the roof there so it's a little bit more flat. So the next step in this project is to bust out the old roll of lumber wrap and wrap up the exterior wall, put another piece on top of the roof, and have another section hanging over the front to act as a bit of a flap door kind of thing. So that's where I'm at here. Next thing to do is measure out all my length on my walls and grab some lumber wrap and utility knife and start chopping her up and putting her in place. I grabbed every stapler and staple I have on this joint. See how much that's going to be enough to do the job. I got a pretty good stash of stuff. I hope I do. It's a stat today right now, so I won't be able to run into town and go get more staples. But I got everything all kind of buttoned in there. I went around, made sure all the nails were in place. This thing just cost me not much for lumber, that's for sure. Not a damn thing. Most of this is all scraps from a construction site. And the only thing it really cost me was time and nails. So, time to wrap this thing up, and I'm really happy the way it's turning out. Happy for the help I got from the kids, because believe it or not, they made a huge difference on this project, getting it done in a timely fashion. So, but as I say, getting it done in a timely fashion. Still not done yet, but we're getting a heck of a lot closer. At least now it's just awkward and not heavy, as opposed to these massive pallets that were incredibly awkward and heavy. What we ended up doing was preparing them, putting them on the back of the pickup truck box, backing it in there, and then lifting them up into place, which was kind of sketchy. I did a few by myself, but Jace definitely helped me out with the other ones, and I tell you, I'm pretty appreciative for his help. So, kind of measure out these walls, and then measure out a piece of lumber wrap, and get to it. Yeah. And just like that, it's all done. Got the lumber wrap going around all sides. Looks pretty darn good. It's all tucked in. Did the wall one first, and then put the roof one over top so it overlaps. Looks pretty darn good. I'm kind of happy with that. Definitely picked the right stapler for the job. That was quite the build, quite the process. Got to clean up this here yard and fill this damn thing up. hope you enjoyed this little bit of a hillbilly build. It's a, you know, a temporary structure, so, you know, I don't think I needed a building permit for it, so that's a bonus. And the leaves are still kind of on the trees. The snow's not on the ground yet, but it's a-coming. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You know, if you want to see how you can build a shed with a bunch of pallets. I'm very pleased the way it turned out. I got lots of room to put stuff in there for the winter. It's pretty good and solid. I can climb up there and shovel the snow off if I need to. It could probably handle a good 2 feet of load anyway, so I'm not too overly worried about that. But it turned out pretty good. Not too shabby. I'm just glad it's over and done with. Now to clean everything up, put everything away, and keep on putting stuff away for winter time, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to get tidied up, put away, and sorted out. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Because I'm bushed. I'm tired. I'm ready for a break. This has been a long pull on this one, trying to get it all together. I'm just glad I finally did.